Disney is notorious for packed theme parks, long lines for attractions, and crowds of people that seem to never end. But even though guests flock to the parks in droves, can these crazy crowds be avoided?
That's me, Miss Minnie Me.
Well, hello there. I'm Marlene, and this is my co-host, Miss Minnie Me. Today we want to know how to avoid all the huge crowds at Disney. Miss Minnie Me, are you ready? Here we go! As many of you have already heard, and as of the posting of this article, August 2023, crowds, particularly at the Disney World parks, have been significantly lower than expected during June and July. There are many theories as to why this might be, from excitement to visit the parks after COVID ending to disgruntled fans and soaring prices. Disney guests have reason to avoid the parks during the hottest months of the year. Also, the announcement that Park Pass reservations are ending January 9th, 2024, and the opening of several new attractions in Disney, including Tiana's Bayou Adventure and Moana Journey of Water, and the return of the Disney dining, have many guests excited for what is coming. For many families, it just makes sense to wait until next year to plan their next vacation. But even though crowds have been lower than expected this summer, that doesn't mean that they won't be higher than expected through the holidays. And if there is anything we have learned, the intensity of Disney crowds always wanes. They come and go. So, with all the change happening, how can you know when is actually the best time for you and your family to attend to avoid all the crazy crowds? Number 1. Start with a crowd calendar. There are several websites that have dedicated years to gathering park attendance data to give you the best estimate as to what the crowd levels will be like on any given day of the year. These will help you know what time of the year has the lowest attendance and which parks within Disney have the lowest attendance. Our favorite crowd calendars include WDW Prep School, Magic Guides, and Undercover Tourist. I will leave a link to all of these websites in the description so you can easily access them. Number 2. Avoid holidays and weekends. Obviously, these are the easiest days to attend because students are out of school, and many jobs get time off. Families take advantage of these free times to run to the Disney parks, but because of this, these are typically the busiest days of the year. Now, obviously, if you just can't get any other days off, then don't miss out on Disney because of the fear of large crowds. But that's when you will want to consult one of those crowd calendars to see which park will be less busy during those vacation days. Number 3, rainy days in Disneyland. Interestingly enough, when it rains in Disneyland, either the crowds are generally low to start with, or the guests will tend to leave. This, however, is not the case in Disney World. Having lived on the West Coast and experiencing the Disneyland crowds in the rain, we foolishly assumed the same about Disney World. This was one of our tactics to avoiding crowds the first time we went to Disney World, but we quickly learned just how naive we were. In Disney World, the guests just duck into stores and restaurants and wait out the storm, all to continue their time in the park as the storm rolls out. But in Disneyland, if you are willing to bear the rain, you will many times avoid the crazy crowds. Number 4. Avoid opening days for festivals and new attractions. This is something that a crowd calendar may not take into account, especially the opening of a new attraction. Come rain or shine, holiday or workday, the first few opening days of a festival or on the opening days of a new attraction, everyone flocks to the parks. But here is a little secret tip. When one of these festivals or attractions opens, sometimes, depending on the time of the year, the other parks that don't have opening festivals or attractions will have a lower crowd level.
Ooh, I'm getting so tired. Is it time for a nap?
Number 5. Stay late in the parks. After the fireworks or main show ends, many times there is a mass exodus of people heading home. That means that the last hour or two in the park will have lower crowd levels and wait times. Sometimes Disney will also offer special events like Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party. That will also have lower crowds than the average park day. This is because they are separately ticketed events, and Disney puts a cap on how many they allow to attend on any given night. There is also something that is now called extended evening theme park hours. This is a perk that is available exclusively to guests staying at Deluxe or Deluxe Villa Resorts, the Walt Disney World Dolphin Hotel and Swan Hotel, and Shades of Green. Typically, guests of these hotels will receive an extra 2 hours in the park that is hosting extended evening theme park hours. But there are a few important things to note. First, not all rides are open during these evening hours, most but not all. So you will want to check that the ride you are hoping to ride will be available. Second, be sure to take into consideration the extra price of the deluxe resort stay over any other hotel. In most cases, each night will be hundreds of dollars more, and so you need to take that into account before getting too excited about extended evening hours. And third, the days and times the evening hours are offered varies, and the parks that offer evening hours varies. So be sure to check with the hotel you are planning to stay at before you book your night stay and purchase your tickets to verify that you are eligible and that the extended evening theme park hours will be happening during your scheduled stay. Number 6, arrive early. So I'm not only talking about rope drop here. There are more opportunities to arrive early in the park to avoid those huge crowds. For example, if you stay at any of the Disney resorts, as well as many of the third-party resorts like the Swan and Dolphin, Shades of Green, and some of the Good Neighbor hotels, you will be eligible for early theme park entry. This will give you an extra 30 minutes in the park to hit up one or two of those rides before the rope drop crowd rushes in. Another way to experience the parks early is to book an early dining reservation. You can do this through the My Disney Experience app or the Disneyland app up to 60 days in advance for Disney Resort hotel guests and up to 30 days in advance for all other Disney guests. So here's the hack. If, for example, Magic Kingdom opens at 9 a.m. and you are able to grab an early reservation for, say, Cinderella's Table at 8 a.m., you will be able to enter the park at 7:30 a.m., 30 minutes before your reservation time. This will get you to the parks an hour and a half before park opening and the crowds descend. Now, if you are doing rope drop, the best way to avoid the crowd is not to follow the crowd. The crowd is headed toward the biggest, most popular rides, hoping to get on first. So you should head in the opposite direction, toward the smaller, less popular rides. These should be easy walk-ons for you, and you will probably be able to ride anywhere from at least 1 to even 4 or 5, depending on the day, before the lines start to get long. Number 7, follow the wait times. Watching those wait times on the My Disney Experience app and Disneyland app can help you avoid the crazy crowds. If there are long wait times, that's most likely where the crowds are, so follow the low wait times around the park to quickly get on rides and avoid the crowds. Let's face it, no one really enjoys dealing with massive crowds, but we seem to endure them time and time again because we haven't researched and planned ahead of time. Even if crowds are lower than usual, they will be back in force. We hope these tips will help you plan your best Disney vacation without all the crazy crowds. Be sure to also visit our blog at visitmissminnieme.blogspot.com. You can also find us on Facebook, Instagram, and Pinterest by searching Visit Miss Minnie Me. I will leave a link to those in the description. And be sure to like, subscribe, and share. Well, that's all for now, but we'll be back real soon. Take it away, Miss Minnie Me.
See you real soon. Goodbye. Mwah. Goodbye now. Come back later. Are you still there? Oh, my arm is getting tired. You can come back anytime. My arm is gonna fall off. Well, okay then. We'll see you soon. We'll see you soon. Okay, it's gonna be real soon. Okay, bye now. Bye.